the benefits of land preservation. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Patti Ruby. She's Executive Director of the Hunterdon Land Trust. Thanks so much for being with us. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Land preservation is a component of what you do as an organization, but you say that that's just a vehicle to really work to preserve the cultural heritage and character of the communities you serve.
Yes, absolutely. So our mission is to preserve the natural resources and rural character of Hunterdon County. So we use land preservation as one tool to accomplish that, but there's so many other programs that we run at the Land Trust.
And let's get into some of those details. Land preservation, obviously a big component, but stewardship is another component of what you do, and you have a new staff member dedicated to this purpose. What's the goal there?
Absolutely. Well, we are very excited to have a dedicated staff person now who can focus on stewardship of our properties. So we've preserved over 6,500 acres across the county, and we need to actually take care of that land once it's preserved. So we remove invasive species, we create hiking trails, to really allow people to enjoy that property, but also make sure that it continues to function ecologically. So that's where a lot of that work goes to, and we actually get a lot of volunteers to help us.
And you also have a historic property, the DeVore Farm, and your headquarters are located there. But this all ties in, you say, going back to that mission, using the tools around you to preserve the land, of course, but that character of the community as well.
Right, and we find that DeVore Farm has a long history. It's a very iconic property, so everyone has a connection to it. People will tell us all the time that they have some story about how they were impacted by that property, or they remember something, that they had done there. So we use that as a place of connection. We have our local farmers market there every Sunday. So people come and they can tour the property, they can tour the farmhouse where our offices are, and they can see how the historical features have been preserved and how they're being rehabilitated and how we are connected to our past and to that larger society.
You also mentioned the farm market, and this is a part of what you do as well, working to have a platform for local farmers to sell their goods.
Absolutely, and that's one part of our mission. We're preserving agricultural resources, and we need the farmers to help us steward those resources and continue to use them productively to produce those local products. So one of the programs we run is sort of a food systems area where we promote local farmers. We have the farmers market to help them sell directly to customers and connect with the community that way, so people know exactly where their food's coming from, how it's being grown. They want to support their neighbors. And then we also help people understand how it supports a local economy, and keeping that money here. If we buy local, it's supporting your neighbors and that land and those scenic views. So that's one of the reasons we're focusing on that area where most people might not understand why a land trust would run a farmer's market.
So it's not just about preserving the land, it's helping people to make connections to that land for the future as well.
Absolutely, right. And that's why we always say we're a community organization. We're here for people of very different interests. If you have a historical background, or if you have interest in hiking or birding, or recreational biking, whatever it might be, there's sort of something here for you, and you can connect through us to the greater community.
You also have an upcoming event, September 29th. This is a farm-to-table event, so really connecting back to that idea of having this rural landscape in your community.
Absolutely, and again, it's another way to celebrate that local harvest and really focus on our farmers. How can we promote them, and how can we focus on preparing healthy local meals? So we are lucky to have partner through Matt's Red Rooster Grill, and Matt McPherson's one of our sponsors of the market, and he's great in preparing that food and creating this gourmet meal so people can really see how those local products can be used in very interesting and unique ways.
And again, that's happening September 29th in Flemington. People can visit your website for all of the details about that event and how to get involved with some of your programs.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We've been talking with Patti Ruby, Executive Director of the Hunterdon Land Trust. I'm Jill Horner.